Hi everybody, this is Skylar. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I don't usually do these kinds of readings. Today I'm just doing like a general multiple reading. I had to use my computer, so it's terrible quality. Sorry. So what today is about is it's going to be a multiple reading, so that means that it's for, if somebody does click this video, then most likely you were kind of like sent to the video. But if you're just bored and wanted to view, tarot reading videos, then maybe this wasn't for you. It just kind of depends. There will be 4 options, and they're all going to be the same design. God, that is so awful. I'm so sorry. It's going to be the same design, so that way you don't go, ooh, pretty pink rock, if I show like 4 different things, because I do the same thing. I'll look at specific colors that I like and things, so they'll be all the same faced. That way you just have to, just use your intuition, and, once it's time for me to show you the cards that are the choices, there will be 4 choices of cards that you can pick from, 4 decks, and they will all have different messages for you. So this is just general messages that you need to hear, maybe things you're going through, and how we can help that, and, just a general reading, so just messages you might need to hear in general. So there will be 4 options. You'll be able to pick from whichever one feels the best. If you've never done one of these videos before, my recommendation to you is to just, take a second, close your eyes, relax, and calm yourself just for like a couple minutes. If you have to, you can meditate or whatnot, just to calm your mind, make sure you're not too hyperactive, and see which deck calls out to you. That would be your message, and that would be your guiding you towards the correct message rather than you picking what you want. You want to have an open mind during this video, because this may not be exact for everybody. This is more of a general message. I do have personal readings. I don't really charge too much for those, but I wouldn't recommend doing one unless you need more insight on a video that you successfully clicked on and successfully feel connected to that deck. So, because I don't want to, charge you for something if you're not even connected with my energy. I mean, I can connect with anyone, but if you specifically didn't feel like this was for you, then maybe I'm not the right person and you should find somebody else's video. So if that video doesn't work out for you, whichever deck you pick, you can always try and go back and pick a different one. Or if you feel like you have multiple that you should pick, I have that sometimes where I'll feel like 1 and 3 feel great, and I'll watch both of them and they'll both be a bunch of mixed, kind of combination of what's going on. So like I said, take this all with a grain of salt, and I'm going to start and mix them and figure out which decks are which. I'll also put timers and everything in the description to show you which one is which pile, so you don't have to sit here and listen to me talk all day. If you are interested, this is the deck I have. It's the Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci Tarot. It's kind of like older, medieval, I guess. That's what you would call it. Mostly in German, though. Just so you know, my boyfriend's being creepy for whatever reason. If you see someone walking around, it's not a ghost following me. It's just him. Alright, gonna split. Alright, I have my formation. So if you are here, we are ready to view which deck you feel would be appropriate for you. So since I don't have my phone, I can't show you. Darn it, this sucks. Okay, I'm going to lift them up and show you them. This is deck 1. This is deck 2. This is deck 3. This is deck 4. They're all the same pictures, like I said. Just feel if you can, because it's really terrible quality, I'm sorry. Just feel what number feels the best. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever number feels good for you, go ahead if you need to. Just pause the video and kind of meditate on it. Feel which one feels the best that you need to pick, because if you're just picking just to pick and you can't feel anything, you're like, I have no idea, no numbers are popping up in my head, maybe you shouldn't watch the video. Even if you have the slightest bulge of a number coming up in your head, you can try it. Just take a second, think about which one would feel right, try to use your intuition, clear out your mind, and let the number come to you. Alright, so we're going to start with group 1. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so welcome group 1. I'm going to start off, and so these messages will just kind of come through. I don't have any set numbers or anything. It'll just be kind of whatever needs to happen. So I haven't looked through any of these decks yet. Let's see. Okay, what messages do we have for group 1? I have this feeling that there might be a lot of new people in this group. So if you're new, welcome. There's definitely not a problem with being new or anything. I welcome you to the spiritual journey. All right, here's our first card, our first message. We have the world. Man, this sucks. So we have the world. When I kind of look at the picture, I see it's, she's a woman, obviously. There's a broken egg on the ground. Eggs kind of symbolize different things. This is a person of nature, so you may be a person of nature. Maybe your animal guides are guiding you to this one, if that's the case. And she's really just feeling nature. So let's see what else we have on the world. The world is definitely typically a good card, so that's good. Where am I? So the world. So this one is kind of like, rewarding, perfection, success, afraid of failure. So this card you may be like a perfectionist. You may be really interested in success, and it's kind of like always on your mind, So if you have like OCD, something has to be perfect, or everything always is perfect in your mind and everything is, good. Even if you're not a perfectionist or OCD, you're a very, I would say, lovable to earth person. That's what I have to say about this card. Let's see what's next. Whoopsies. Guess we're not using those cards, but I got 4 more, so let's see what these are. First next card would be 4 of Swords. This guy, I love the drawings. They look kind of funny. So the 4 of Swords, there's a key here. This may be a key idea. I don't know, maybe it's literal. It's pointing towards the swords and towards the 4. You may have the birth month of April, or your lucky number may be 4. Maybe you should have picked group 4, I don't know. Number 4 is here, there's a key. Maybe you're trying to unlock something, or you have the key to something and you haven't used it yet. Let's take a further look into this. Yes, so questions might be awaiting an answer. Enigma. A need for higher vision. So, like I said, I feel like the people here, there may be some people who are new to this kind of stuff, tarot. So there is a key waiting for you. Clearly, it's out in the open, and it needs to be used. You need answers. There's something you may have your mind on a lot, and you're questioning it, but you have an answer somewhere. There might be somebody, if you're in a spiritual journey, find a shaman. They will give you your answers. If you're thinking about something in general, wondering about somebody cheating on you, worrying about somebody who might like you or not, crushes and stuff like that. You have an answer, or you have a question that you need answered. So let's see what's next out of the few that jumped out at me. Oh, this is a good card. So we have the Fool in this card as well. In this group. The Fool is definitely representative to changes. Very strong, new beginnings. He's sailing away into the sky. You're done with your old path. You're coming into a new path. And you may be afraid of it because you're a perfectionist. You may be stuck in old ways as well. You need answers, and you may be going into this blindly. You may have no idea what you're doing, and you need answers. You need to figure out why you're going into a new path. You need to figure out when you're going into this new path. I can tell you, if the question is when, you're entering it. This is current general messages. So you are on your way to your new path. Next we have the Nine of Chalices. When I look at this picture, I see you may be calming yourself, and you also may be, you might be blocking out help. Maybe you're trying to figure out what you're doing with yourself, but you're not really listening to anybody else. Maybe you think the world revolves around you, and nobody else is subjective to your thoughts. So that's not in a bad way. I'm not trying to be an ass, but basically, maybe some people are just less open-minded than others. You may only trust yourself. That could be it as well. Some people might be right there. The answer might be somebody who is telling you that answer, but you refuse to listen for whatever reason it is. It could be trust issues. It could be you don't trust that person. You don't know that person yet. I feel like the key might be somebody. I don't feel like it's a physical key right now. I feel like it's a person who you haven't touched yet. You haven't used that key yet. So let's see what's next. The Tower. So typically this is kind of a danger card, but I don't feel like that's it for this case. I feel like you might be destructing your own world. You're building a tower, maybe like a wall, around what needs to happen, and it's kind of putting yourself in a dangerous situation. This could have to do with maybe a dangerous, violent relationship, or something like that. Maybe a negative workplace. Whatever it is, you're stubborn-headed about it, and you don't want to give up your old way of life. But when we have the Fool in this deck, you need to give up that old way of life. And you need to keep going and figure out what you're supposed to do, because, like I said, the Tower kind of represents, like, danger, I guess, in a way. Let's see if I can read it a little differently right now than earlier. Maybe you're actually... So, escape does have to do with this as well. So, maybe I read that wrong. This might not even be danger. This could just have to do with escape. And you may be in a hurry to get out of this thing you're stuck in. You're looking for help to get out. You need to get out, basically. And once you do, you're on your new adventure. So let's see if there's any more messages. I'll go a few times and see if there's anything else. I feel like there should be one more message. What's our closing message? This one. Strength. So strength is our closing message. She's She's pretty gangster. She's looking in the lion's mouth for whatever reason. So yeah, it's basically, and it's an energy, kind of like an energy hard work card. So you're doing lots of stuff and you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. You're gaining some more energy as of late, I feel, and you need energy to be put into whatever you're doing. So this energy is needed. You're very strong, and like I said, I feel like you're probably kind of stubborn-headed, you know, not as open-minded as like maybe other people. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, it is good to open up your mind, but sometimes it is helpful for whoever you may be. Everybody's different. You might be stubborn-headed and, you know, you're very put. Like, I feel like a Taurus would kind of come into this one. So you're a strong person. You're not willing to back down. You know what you need, but you don't have those answers yet. So I would keep on searching, because as soon as you receive that key, that lockbox that you're ready to unlock, you're ready to go. You need to go. You want to go, but you don't know where you're going yet. So I would keep going, keep looking for those answers and see exactly what's in store for you, because it looks like something is really coming to you. It's definitely a new beginning. So don't give up now. Keep going. And that's all I have for group 1. Thank you for watching. Okay. Alrighty, welcome group 2. I have a big deck for you guys. That's what I was thinking too. Alright, so let's get started. I just kind of pull out cards as they come by. Let's see what messages we have to start with you guys. We have group 2. Oops, something turned over. The 2 of Pentacles. This is our starting message. Now, there's a baby holding a cat. There's cats. Cats are definitely a symbol of feminism and women. Cats are very sweet and nurturing most of the time, unless they're assholes like my cat. This kid is in nature. You may feel undeveloped. You may feel like you may feel small. But you definitely have some sort of feminist, not feminist, but feminism group, or like a very wide, I can't think of words when I do these readings. Everything else but the words I try to come up with come out. You have a group of women. That's not what I'm trying to say. A women enthusiasm. There's lots of women around you in your life, or you may feel more feminine. You may be a very strong woman. That's enough woman for yourself. There's definitely feminism, not feminism, but like feminine in play here. So let's take another look at this one real quick just to make sure. So you also may be trying to take things as your own. So one thing I didn't think about, this card could have to do with selfishness. Now, as it seems as a benefit for yourself, this could be hurting something that you're into. Selfish friendship. Maybe you have a relationship and you're not letting them add other people on Facebook. You're not letting them talk to other women. You have one friend, and when she comes up with another friend, she is very jealous, or you're very jealous. I feel like you get jealous easily. You want things to yourself. You're not very great at sharing all the time. Let's see what's next. Maybe I could be wrong. That's just what I got for right now. We got 2. More babies. Now we have the Sun. Man, I hate this computer. So this one is kind of like opposing this one that we just had. So I feel like this group definitely has to do with some sort of like relationships. I'm feeling more strongly towards friendship. So there's happiness in your current friendship. There's joy and there's love. It has to do with friendships and honor as well. You honor that friendship for sure, or that relationship. I shouldn't say friendship solely. And this one, the Six of Pentacles, is kind of like a request for charity or material, spiritual help. You're looking for help. You know, he's kind of like doing a deal with somebody right now. I can't see because my computer. There we go. He's like doing a deal with someone right now. He's looking for some help. It has to do with materials. So maybe you're more wealthy than others, and it's, you know, you're looking for help. That might be why you're watching this video as well. You're looking for spiritual, mental, physical help. Maybe it has to do with this relationship. You have no idea. Maybe this you might be looking at a love or a friendship, and you don't know where to go right now. You're looking for help and material wealth. Let's see what else is next. What's our next message for group 2? Aha. Okay, so we have the King of Wands and the Knight of Chalices. The King of Wands kind of makes me feel stubbornness. Let me see what the King of Wands is. So we have the King of Wands. So you're an honest, mature person. You're warm-hearted. I feel like there may be a relationship or some sort of connection with somebody that is kind of turning you selfish. That could be the case, and maybe now you're realizing that, and you're seeking out help on how to help that. And you know, because you're warm-hearted, you're honest, you're mature, and you realize that this isn't correct and this isn't what you should be doing. You know, this relationship is a happy, good thing for you. It's making you feel better. But you realize that it's also, you know, something is turning you into something else about the relationship. Let's see. The next we have the Knight of Chalices. So that's chalices or cups. So you're very good at like, you know, this is somebody who is good with ideas and political ideas, maybe, you know, a preacher, someone who likes to talk. So this could be, because I feel like two people cards came up in the same thing, I feel like the Knight might be you or the other person. They might be coming up with good ideas, and they may have good humor, good talks. You know, they talk a lot, or they like to come up with things. And you are the one that's mature and responsible, and maybe it's kind of messing you up a little bit. Well, let's see what's next. What other messages do we have for group 2? How can we guide them from here? What's the message we're really trying to receive? Aha. The Emperor. So, again, coming up with the mature part. The Emperor has to do with power, authority, you know, protection. You're protecting. You're jealous. You're very protecting, and you are aware of your surroundings. You know what you're doing. And you know you're powerful. You know that there is more out there for you. You know what you're doing most of the time. You might be more responsible than others, typically in a typical stance. This could be a very, very big power role. Maybe in like a gay relationship, you could be like more of, you know, the outstanding man, if you will. Just kind of for an example. You could be doing most of the work in the relationship as well. Let's see what's next. Next messages for group 2. Okay, we got a few more messages, and that's cool because I was thinking of the number 3. Next, we have the 9 of Wands. Protector. I know that that's what that means. You are a protector. You may also be building up a wall. That could be possible too. Interesting. Well, let's see here. Wall. So, defense, you may be a protector and kind-hearted and powerful, but you also need your protection as well. You're asking for help. You know, like I said earlier, you're asking for help. You need your protection. You need to figure out what you're doing with yourself. We have the Chariot. This definitely has to do with people, I would say. So the Chariot, we have management, skills, evolution, reward, and victory. So I feel like it's telling me that, like, because you're a powerful person and you know what you're doing, I feel like you've gotten here from a long ways. You may be stubborn, but you've been through some things that have put you here, and you worked here. You didn't just fall here because you wanted to. It happened. So you need help, and sometimes you need help, but you're doing good. You're doing all right. You're not doing too bad, you know? And for our closing message, we have the Queen of Swords. Yes, just like I said, somebody who has been through a rough time, somebody who has worked here. You could be widowed, divorced, your children could have died, or something. You know, that was kind of harsh, I'm sorry, but something, you know, you've gone through some hard times. You know, death, children, multiple relationships, you know, whatever it was has built up your wall. So now you're stubborn, and you are stubborn over, I feel like it's a person. You are stubborn over a certain person, but you realize what you're doing, and you didn't used to be like this, so you're not understanding it very well. So you're asking for help. It might be spiritual guidance. But you are powerful. You're very powerful, and you are legit. You're doing this, and you need protection as well. You need some help, even though you help everybody else. But this is where you're supposed to be. You got a victory. You got a winning. You know, you're putting up your wall, and it might be hard right now. Just keep on pulling down your walls for the people who you can trust, and keep doing what you're doing, because you are at a place where you should be right now. This may change in the future, but right now, you know, you're doing a little better than you used to be, at least. You did go through a hard time, and that's why everything's happening. That's why you are who you are right now. That's all I have for group 2. Thank you for watching. And yeah, any other questions or anything like that, always feel free to comment or whatnot. I'll try to check all the comments. I doubt that I'm going to get too many, so I'd love to help. Okay. Here we are. Welcome group 3. Ooh. My heart feels for this one. Oh, we're already getting some. All right, group 3. We are going to start with Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles. This card kind of makes me feel like a group. You know, there's a group of people involved in whatever this is talking about, and you're all helping each other. That's what it is here. You could either be helping each other break each other down, or you are helping each other up, helping each other fix something. So let's see what we come up with here. for the Three of Pentacles. Cooperation, collaboration, unity of idea and action. So there's cooperation and actions that are happening. You're currently, you know, there's cooperation in whatever is happening right now. And, you know, maybe a group of people, maybe it's just yourself, maybe you're actually cooperating with yourself for a change. Let's see what's next, see how we can evaluate that card. Oh, the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, I'll look for this one. So you're a very caring person, you know. She's kind of nurturing, you know, this little goat right here. You help other people. So you're part of this cooperation deal we have here. You're definitely a part of it because out of your caring nature, you know, you're very caring, nurturing, and very helpful. You help just to help. You know, you're not here for the ride. You're here to help because you're a caring person. So let's see what's next. I like how that feels. That's awesome. I'm very glad to have a group like this. Ooh. I got 3 right off the bat. 3 major arcana cards. That is awesome. So let's start with Justice. This is the first card. Justice could kind of mean itself literally. There is justice happening. You are looking, you know, through this picture, you can see her looking, showing the mirror, and it shows this guy. It could be showing that person who he really is. Maybe you're helping somebody through their own journey. Maybe that's what this cooperation is. And you're helping them. Like I said, the nurturing stuff. You're also a protector, I feel. So I'm going to take a look at that just to see if there's anything else. For some reason, I can't find it. There we go. So yeah, logic, agreement, law, level-headedness. So yeah, this could actually literally mean justice. There may be some sort of law thing going on, and maybe whoever is in this play, you know, you're in a rough time, but they're on your side, it feels like. It might not have to do with law. Something in cooperation. There is justice happening. Literally, I feel. The next one is the Lovers. So that one kind of has to do with, like I said, union and, you know, coming together. So union, you know, choice, attemptions. You're attempting to do something. There's choices happening. And union, you know, that just kind of plays with justice. And then we have judgment. This could really actually have to do with something lawful. So I'm going to read this one before I just start spilling out on this one. Judgment, judgment, judgment. So this is kind of renewal, birth, awakening, you know, recovery. This is a recovering period as well. You're kind of feeling, you might be able to start to feel that there is that union, that togetherness, that cooperation. This is a rebirth, and it's a rebirth, Joyce, conjoining. Trying to feel this card a little more. I feel like I need more on this one. Help. You're able to see clearly. Yeah, so this one, you're starting to kind of get through the clouds a little bit. But things are currently on your side. That's how I feel, at least. Oops. But we do have the Seven of Swords. So you may be either, if not now, you might have been very currently broken. You know, something might have brought you down really far and just chopped you up in a million pieces. Suffering provoked by other people. There's torture. It's something that keeps coming up is like a child protection service kind of thing. Like you might be fighting over your children or like to get them back or whatnot. Somebody brought you down, but all these other cards are completely conjoining that. There's people are on your side. They know you were wronged. They know you were tortured. They know that people were doing bad things to you. And you have luck right now. You have good people luck, and you have justice coming to you. For whatever happened that wronged you and broke you, it's coming together, and I know that. We also have the Three of Chalices. So with this one, I like to say this is kind of nurturing nature. But let's see for this one. So you could be asking for or receiving prayers for sure. You're very thankful as well. This could also have to do with religiousness, maybe church. You're in a time of need and you're really looking for that help, and you're just trying to find what you need. I feel like there's a lot of higher up power in this card. It could have to do with spirituality. It could have to do with maybe if you believe in God or whoever, you believe in, your higher powers. You're calling to your higher powers and you're trying to receive help. And maybe you have received your prayers. Maybe you don't know that yet, but your prayers are coming to you. So let's see what's next. I still feel like I have to keep going. I don't feel like I'm done with you guys yet. This is definitely a good group. We have the Two of Wands. So this is a time where you can rest your head and relax. You are feeling very tired and you need to rest. There's something around you kind of buzzing like a fly. There's depression. There's something has been nagging at you constantly. You are so tired and brought down from this breakdown that you had, but you're coming back. You are going to work out. Things are going to happen and work for you. I know it. They're getting there. They're gaining themselves. You were very tired right now still from it. Even if you might be just now seeing that clarity, maybe you haven't seen it yet, but regardless, you are tired and you are done with it. All right, we got 3 more cards. I believe these will be the last cards. I might even use the last one. Let's see. The next card we have is the Star. The Stars, I guess. I like this card. This card is hope, new ideas, peace, positive signs. This is a positive card. This is a card I am sending your way because this is a positive card. This is the ultimate positive card. This is the star. It's the star that you're shooting for. You have shot the star and you got it. It's yours. Things are coming your way. Like I said, they are over those. All that stuff is, coming into play. We have the Empress. This has to do with fertility, intelligence. It could be pregnancy. That's a vague one, though. I feel like maybe it might be a little bit, not too much, I don't think. I think this is fertility of the mind. Your mind is expanding. Your knowledge is expanding. And you in general are expanding. You're becoming more fertile to ideas, more fertile to life. Yourself is coming together as well. And now another good card that I like is the High Priestess. This one has to do with secrecy, faith, mystery, study, intuition. So you may be a spiritual or religious person. There's mysteries that you're solving. You're solving your own mysteries, and you're a powerful person. You're solving your own mysteries. But there may be secrets that you aren't aware of yet. There may be some, this is a mysterious card. It's kind of like mystery in general. You don't know what's happening. Maybe you have no idea what the next answer is going to be, but maybe after seeing this, you're hopeful. with this card, you might have no idea that, why you're broken. You're like, why did I ask for this? And that's why there's all those prayers. You could be fighting for something and you have no idea. You're waiting an answer, I feel like. There's some sort of secret mystery coming into play. I feel like I have to pull the last card as well. We have the Four of Pentacles, sorry. This is our closing card for real. Avarice, excessive love of money, meanness, and lack of feelings. I feel like this is the ultimate thing that brought you down. This person is mean. This person is taking away your money. This thing could be taking away your money. Whatever it is, it could be a job, it could be a person, it could be maybe a robbery that happened, a burglary. It's a mean general thing. It broke you down. It hurt you. You don't know why it happened to you. You don't know what happened exactly, and you want answers, but you are coming up. You are going to get exactly where you need. You're going to get the justice. You're going to get exactly what you need. Your prayers have been answered. Your hopes have been answered. You are going to soon understand that you're in an okay place. And I am very happy for this group. You have been wronged. You are broken. You are tired. Take a rest. You are going to be able to rest soon for real. For now, just relax. Understand that you're going to win this, okay? Thanks for watching, Group 3, and I hope everything works out for you. All right, Group 4, welcome. I have my first card, and I barely even shuffled as well. I've got a lot of messages for you, I feel like. This is the Seven of Chalices that we have to start with. You may be a giver or a beggar. I know that's a way to start it off, huh? So the 7 may be your lucky number. You may be born in August. Or this is a spiritual group, definitely. Supernatural visions, hallucinations. You may be in a different world right now. There might be a reason that you saw this video. Maybe you're getting into the spiritual world. Maybe you're opening your eyes. You're getting into something for sure. I feel like you're maybe an empathetic person. If not, maybe you're a hidden clairvoyant. Maybe you should start getting into intuition as well. Your intuition might be at play. Your spiritual side may be coming out. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what's the explanation for all that shenanigans. What else do we have for Group 4? Woo, we got a lot of stuff for Group 4. Hello. Let's start with, oh, wow. So before I read off this card, I'm going to read it myself just a little bit before I start to make judgments. So we have the card, the Devil. It wasn't upside down. So yes, sensuality, charm, instinctiveness, suggestion. You are definitely a spiritual person. And you're a charming spiritual person. So you may be like somebody like a Gemini, somebody who brings in lots of people, I guess. You may be looking for looking for something different from your life. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Looks like there's a lot of battle going on here. Let me take a look. I'm getting an unmixed answer on this one. A mixed answer, not an unmixed answer. So there is conflict happening. Lively contrast, open war, a clash with adversaries of equal strength. I feel like you are fighting with people who are the same as you, kind of. Or maybe they're just everyday people just like you. But you have some gifts. You have some intuition. You have some gifts that you don't really know about. And maybe they are judging you for that. There's some war with something that you're going through right now. You're clashing with something that has to do with your personality, I feel like. And maybe they don't like who you are. Maybe they don't like how different you are. For whatever reason, stupid idiots. We also have the Three of Swords. This person makes me feel like you or that other play of party may be blinded. So there's comparison of opinions, you know, there's objections, critical attitudes. Something is happening. I don't feel like you're the person being too critical. You may feel like everybody's against you, but mostly you're at a conflict with something in general. So there's different people in play to this. It's not just yourself. It could be spirits, it could be other people judging you. There's different opinions, and I don't feel like you really like what's happening. So we have the Hanged Man. You feel like you're on a noose. You know, you feel stuck. So let's see what else this one has to say. If I can find it. Okay. So for this one, there's, you know, sacrifice, mysticness, ecstasy. You know, you're definitely a different person. There's a lot of spiritual feeling to this card, to this reading. Let's keep going. So now we have the Eight of Swords. I feel like your hands are tied behind your back. You know, you're feeling guilty. There is a punishment fine. That is what this is talking about. So this is kind of like a Jesus crucifixion in a way, spiritually. You might be, maybe you're getting too much into something that you don't need to be getting into. There may be some sort of karmic, resolution coming into play. Maybe you hurt someone. Maybe you didn't do something very good, and you're starting to understand it and feel guilty. So maybe that's why you're so spiritual, and there's clash with somebody. There's something happening with somebody, but you're spiritual as well. So let's keep going. We also have the Eight of Wands. There's farsightedness, far off but achievable objective. You have the desire to improve. So you're currently being punished for whatever you've done, but you know that, and you feel guilty. You're working on yourself. That is good to hear. Ace of Chalices. So there's growth, fertility, well-being, nutrition of the body and spirit. So you're growing spiritually. I know that. You're growing in general. You're growing spiritually. You're sort of, I feel like you're coming more to yourself. You're kind of becoming more who you're supposed to be. You're following your path a little more than before. You're definitely doing something about what you did wrong. And I'm not too sure. I'm not getting ideas of what that is yet, of what you would have done wrong. But maybe you went down the wrong path on accident. Maybe you did a bunch of drugs and, you know, you messed up one night. Maybe you went to jail. Maybe you got too excited over some things and you did some bad things. I don't know what it was, but you're growing and you're trying to understand that you did that. And maybe those people that you hurt know that you were wrong, and you know you're wrong as well, and you're trying to prove to them you're doing better. You're trying to prove that you're not that terrible person that you acted upon. So we have the Five of Chalices as well. That is definitely thinking, a thinking one. This is meditation, analysis. This is you're looking for the truth, the naked truth. Careful observation. So like I said, there's observations in play. Spiritual observation. You may be looking for a shaman. You may be trying to find higher up help. You may be trying to find help from the higher ups rather than people. Maybe you're not taking in people's advice and you want physical proof. I'm kind of like that as well. When I'm in like a really tough situation and I'm not going to listen to anybody, I sometimes search for psychics if I can't answer the tarot myself because I might be too biased. There's definitely some observations and considerations you're going through right now. Let's see what's next for you, Group 4. We've got a few more. Now we have the Nine of Swords. So, confession, admission of guilt, declaration of thoughts or feelings. Like I said, you know what you did, and you're admitting it. You're admitting to your sins, your sins. I'm not religious really, but, whatever you did, you finally woke up and you know what you did. You're admitting it. You're understanding it. You're thinking about it. And it's kind of tearing you down, but you're trying to do something about it, and that's very good. That's very good to hear. I don't really like, the people like this in this, but it's showing that you're doing something about it, and that's exactly what I respect. You're kind of sailing some sort of boat going somewhere. So there's risk and uncertain success. So that could be, you don't know if you're successful in this or not. You don't know what's really going to happen, but it could happen, it might not. You're going into a trip into the unknown. There is risk and dangerous but necessary choice. Maybe you're not guilty at all. Maybe you're aware of your spiritual awakening. Maybe that's what you're here for. You're going into the unknown. Or maybe if you are part of this regular reading, with the guilt, you did something wrong. You're doing a change. You're changing. You're going into something a little different from your comfort zone, I guess. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing something better. You're kind of steering yourself away from what you've done. It's a dangerous, but it's a necessary trip that you're taking. I've got a lot for this group. I want to keep going on this one. Tell us what is up with group 4. Holy moly, this one flew at me. 3 of Wands. This person has a knife behind their back. Okay? This is an interesting group. Ambush, conspiracy, hidden danger, enemy plotting unseen. There's some hardships. You really did do something not very good. I think that people know that. I'm trying to figure out what this is all really meaning, this is kind of a warning tarot to me. I don't feel very safe about this tarot reading. I'm going to keep going and see what's next. I need some more answers. I need some more answers for group 4. I'm not doing all of those. Give me some more answers for group 4. This one's fine. The King of Swords. So we've got a person type of card. Politician, director, judge, diploma, educated but deceitful person. So you're not dumb. You're absolutely not stupid. You're a fucking intelligent person. Excuse me. You're kind of deceitful as well. Yeah, let's keep going in that one. Ah, I dropped on the floor. Ugh. 10 of Wands. This woman looks like a man. I don't know why I had to point that out, but I did. Loss, bewilderment, lack of goals or ideals, and isolation. Whatever you've done and whatever you are going through, you're not going on the right path. You didn't go on the right path. You might be now that you realize what you've done and that it wasn't what you were supposed to do. You're kind of lost. You're very bewildered in general. Maybe you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're like a young person and you're figuring out your life and, you started smoking cigarettes or you started going to parties when you weren't supposed to, doing bad things, going to jail, whatnot. Now we have the 5 of Swords. So, betrayal, abjuration of faith, fraud, conspiracy. I feel like you're in general like a rebel. But you're not an honest person at this moment. If you chose this and this reading has been accurate to you, I don't feel like you're being honest to maybe yourself or people in general. You're stealing something. It could be physically, or it could be from yourself, from somebody else. Somebody might be stealing from you. This is definitely interesting. I've covered my entire table. I need to keep going on this one. I'm sorry. I need some clear answers. I need to stop thinking about this one and just, what are the answers I need? The moon. So the moon. Dreams, visions, adventures, strange encounters and travel. Danger, evil. So definitely another spiritual thing. I have a feeling that for some of you, you may have tried to, you may be having some sort of awakening, and maybe you tried to open your third eye, or maybe you've experienced some bad spiritual experiences lately. Whatever this is, it's mystic related. You did a mistake. You made a mistake, and it's coming to you. Maybe you did a wrong spell. Maybe you did a spell against somebody. It has to do with spirituality. I know it does. We have the King of Chalices. Intellectual, mature man who offers decisive and conclusive help. So like I said, you're obviously very smart. You come to conclusions very easily as well. You know your answers. So maybe you're very intuitive as well. Now we have the Magician. So, like I said, you're a smart person. Anatomy in play, willingness and skill. This path you're going through is what you were supposed to go through. And you're very smart. So I feel like you know that you kind of went down the wrong path. You might have messed up, but you know that you did. So now we have the Four of Wands. And, you know, there's availability. Somebody's concerned about you. You're the baby. Somebody is helping nurture you. Somebody is caring and trying to reach out to you, but maybe you're not letting them. Somebody is very worried about you right now. Someone is very, there's someone caring in your life right now that you might not be letting in. I'm going to use this whole deck. Holy moly, guys. Now we have the Two of Swords. So that one is more, so there's violence. There's physical or emotional violence. It's violence in general. And it's, there's hate. There's conflict. Physical, verbal violence. There's a lot of problems. And you need to fix them. A lot of them may which be spiritual. You may have caused a spiritual conflict with somebody. You may have opened the wrong door. You might be very violent, and that's not who you're supposed to be. You shouldn't be like this. You might be violent towards other people, but you're smart and you know what you're supposed to be, but you choose not to. There's a lot of spiritual play which confuses me as well as negative. This is a very negative feeling. Somebody may have put a spell on you, or you may have, done an Ouija board and did it wrong, or there's a very negative influence influencing you right now. I don't know if it's yourself on purpose or it was a spiritual thing that accidentally happened. Queen of Chalices. Give me something good. Okay. So I feel like there might be a female involved in this. Maybe you're not appreciative to this woman. It could be a mom in a relationship, a friend, something like that. There's a female play in this, and, there may be also relationship play as well. A soul a soul friend or a soul mate maybe nearby, and you might need to find them, or maybe they're there and you're not treating them as they should be. Definitely female play. We have Ace of Pentacles. And that has to do with joy and success. So I feel this one, let's read that one next. And let's start with the Hermit. We're at our last 2 cards. I used that entire deck on you guys. So you need a lot of solitude and silence. There's self-pity. You know that you've done wrong. You need to meditate on yourself and figure out exactly how to solve your problems and what you've done. And realize that you can become a better person. You can better yourself. You can help yourself. And there are people that are there for you. You may be pushing them away. You may be hurting other people as well. Don't do that. Just try to be fair with yourself and understand. And once you can understand who you are and really meditate upon it, really think about it. There's a lot of spiritual play as well. You may be having a spiritual awakening and it's really bothering you and you don't know what to do. So you're doing the wrong things. But once you figure it out, you have success. You're going to start to go back into the light. You're going to start going back into the positive aspect. You need to get rid of that negative energy that you have. You have something really negative attached to you, even if it's not your fault. If it was your fault, regardless, there's something negative that's attached to you and you need to fix it. I feel like you need to fix this spiritually. It doesn't feel like it's a physical law or anything. There may be some law into it. It may be your feelings. Your intuition may have wronged you. Your empathetic problems. There's some women in play to this, whether you're the woman or not, or it's about a woman. Something may have changed you, and once you really meditate upon this, meditate upon everything that I said, and you're going to go back to where you need to be. Kind of like a victory. That's probably the longest tarot reading I've ever given. Well, that's all I have for Group 4 and everybody, so thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you ever need any clearance on anything that I said, always feel free to comment, or you can also message me. I'm not on YouTube. I'm not too sure if I'll receive those, but I would like to try it. So yeah, bye.